Welcome back to Bitesize. Today we're diving deep into the psychology of narcissism. You might think narcissists are untouchable, but they're far more sensitive than they let on. We'll explore 17 clear signs that show you've hurt a narcissist, and why they react the way they do. Stick with us for a comprehensive breakdown that will help you better understand and navigate these complex personalities. 1. Intense anger or narcissistic rage. First on our list is narcissistic rage. This isn't your ordinary anger. It's intense, explosive, and often seems completely out of proportion to the situation. Even a small offhand comment can trigger this volcanic reaction. What makes this rage unique is its roots in insecurity. A narcissist's self-esteem is like a house of cards, seemingly solid but easily toppled. When you challenge their sense of superiority, you pull out a critical card, and the structure collapses. The rage that follows is their way of masking the fear and humiliation they feel inside. Imagine pointing out a simple mistake they made at work. Instead of taking it in stride, they explode, accusing you of undermining them. This isn't just about the mistake. It's a defense mechanism to protect their fragile ego. 2. Silent treatment. Next, let's talk about the silent treatment. This isn't your typical cooling off period. It's a calculated move to regain control and make you feel unimportant. The silent treatment is designed to create anxiety. You're left wondering what went wrong and whether you did something to upset them. This tactic taps into a primal fear of social rejection, forcing you to seek their approval and apologize, even if you're not at fault. Let's say you've disagreed with them during a meeting. Instead of discussing it, they stop talking to you altogether. You're left in limbo, needing to make amends to restore normalcy. This silent manipulation ensures they hold the upper hand in the relationship. 3. Sudden devaluation. 1 minute, you're their hero. The next, you're their scapegoat. Sudden devaluation is a hallmark of narcissistic relationships. It's disorienting and deeply hurtful. This shift from idealization to devaluation isn't random. It happens when they perceive a threat to their ego. They're trying to restore their sense of superiority by tearing you down. You might notice more criticism, passive-aggressive remarks, or even outright disdain. Remember when they praised your skills, only to belittle the same talents later when things didn't go their way. This behavior keeps you constantly guessing and striving for their approval, a classic power play. 4. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is one of the most insidious tactics a narcissist uses. It's all about making you doubt your reality, leaving you confused and questioning your sanity. Here's how it works. They'll deny things they've said or done, twist conversations, and manipulate facts to suit their narrative. Over time, you start second-guessing your memories and instincts. This tactic deflects blame and erodes your confidence, making you more dependent on them for validation. Imagine confronting them about a hurtful comment they made. They respond, "You're imagining things," or "I never said that." Eventually, you start wondering if you did mishear or misunderstand, even when you're sure you didn't. 5. Smear campaigns. When a narcissist feels hurt, they don't just stew in their anger, they act. Smear campaigns are their way of retaliating, often by spreading lies or half-truths to damage your reputation. This isn't just idle gossip. It's a strategic effort to isolate you from your social or professional network. By positioning themselves as victims, they gain sympathy and ensure you lose support. What's worse, their charisma often makes their lies believable, even to people who know you well. Suppose you've distanced yourself from a narcissistic friend. Soon, mutual acquaintances start acting differently, cold or distant. You later find out the narcissist has been spreading false stories about you. Their goal? To make you feel isolated and powerless while reinforcing their narrative as the wronged party. 6. Emotional manipulation. Narcissists are masters at playing on your emotions. Whether guilt-tripping, playing the victim, or leveraging your empathy, their goal is simple: control. They know your emotional triggers and aren't afraid to use them. They might say things like, "After all I've done for you, this is how you treat me," or "You'll regret this when I'm gone." Statements like these are designed to make you feel guilty and question your actions. Emotional manipulation works because it preys on your sense of morality and compassion. The more you care, the easier it is for them to bend your will. 7. Hypervigilance. When a narcissist feels hurt, they often become hypervigilant. This means they scrutinize every word and action, looking for potential threats to their ego. This hyper-awareness creates a tense environment where you feel like you're walking on eggshells. Every comment is dissected, and even neutral actions can be misinterpreted as hostile. Imagine complimenting a colleague in front of them. Later, they accuse you of undermining their authority or trying to make them look bad. This constant surveillance is exhausting and often leads to unnecessary conflict. 8. Overcompensation. When a narcissist's ego takes a hit, they often overcompensate. This can take many forms, from bragging about their achievements to flaunting their possessions or relationships. After a perceived slight, they might post excessively on social media, highlighting their perfect life. Or they may suddenly become overly competitive, trying to outdo everyone around them. This overcompensation is a way to distract from their insecurities and project an image of success and superiority. 9. Denial and projection. Denial is a narcissist's best friend. They'll refuse to acknowledge their mistakes and instead project their flaws onto you. If they're feeling insecure, they'll accuse you of being insecure. If they've been dishonest, they'll accuse you of lying. This tactic shifts the focus away from their behavior and keeps you on the defensive. Confront them about their behavior, and you'll often hear, "You're the one who's always so selfish." This absolves them of responsibility and leaves you questioning your actions. 10. Revenge-seeking behavior. When hurt, narcissists often seek revenge. This isn't always obvious. Sometimes it's subtle, like undermining you in small ways. Other times, it's more direct, with calculated acts meant to cause emotional or social harm. They might try to sabotage your work, spread damaging rumors, or create conflict within your relationships. The goal is to make you feel the same pain they perceive. But their revenge isn't just about retaliation. It's also a way to regain control and reaffirm their dominance in the dynamic. Imagine you've confronted a narcissist about their behavior. In response, they start bad-mouthing you to mutual friends or coworkers, framing you as the unreasonable one. This tactic isolates you and shifts sympathy toward them, reinforcing their narrative of victimhood. 11. Playing the victim role. Next up is playing the victim. When a narcissist feels hurt, they often flip the script, portraying themselves as the ones who've been wronged. This manipulative tactic shifts the focus away from their actions and garners sympathy from others. They might say things like, "I can't believe you would do this to me," or, "After everything I've done for you, this is how you repay me." By painting themselves as victims, they redirect attention and make you feel guilty for questioning them. This tactic is particularly effective in group settings, where their charm and persuasive storytelling can easily sway others. Suddenly, you find yourself defending completely justified actions while they bask in the support of those around them. Number 12. Obsessive focus on the trigger. When narcissists feel hurt, they often fixate on the event or comment that triggered their pain. This obsessive focus serves to justify their feelings and actions, keeping the wound fresh and their anger alive. They'll replay the incident over and over, dissecting every detail. This isn't about finding a resolution, but feeding their narrative of being wronged. The more they dwell on it, the more justified they feel in their extreme reactions. Let's say you commented on their delay. Weeks later, they're still bringing it up, using it as evidence of your supposed disrespect. This constant rehashing is a tool to keep you in a state of guilt and subservience. Chapter 13. Withdrawal from shared spaces. When hurt, narcissists may retreat from shared spaces or activities, but this isn't just about avoidance. It's a calculated move to make you feel their absence and guilt. They might stop attending events you both enjoyed or avoid places you will likely cross paths. This withdrawal serves two purposes: punishing you for the perceived slight and protecting your ego from further injury. It's also a way to make you miss them, setting the stage for a triumphant return on their terms. Imagine you and a narcissistic friend frequently go to the gym together. After a disagreement, they stop showing up. You later discover they've joined another gym and made sure mutual friends know about it. This calculated move reinforces their control by making you feel excluded. Month 14. Increased criticism and fault-finding. When hurt, narcissists often shift into overdrive when it comes to finding flaws in others. Their goal is simple: to deflect attention from their vulnerabilities by focusing on their perceived shortcomings. This criticism can manifest in many ways, pointing out minor mistakes, undermining your achievements, or nitpicking your choices. They'll latch onto anything they can use to make you feel inadequate or inferior. Imagine you've just received praise for a project at work. Instead of congratulating you, the narcissist starts pointing out small errors or suggesting that your success was due to luck rather than skill. This is how they bring you back to a level where they feel more comfortable. Chapter 15. Boundary testing and pushing. Another sign is when a narcissist starts testing your boundaries. This could be as subtle as ignoring your requests, or as blatant as disregarding your feelings entirely. They do this to gauge how much control they still have over you. They aim to see how far they can go without consequences by pushing their limits. This tactic reinforces their dominance and undermines your sense of autonomy and self-respect. For example, if you've set a boundary about needing space, they might deliberately invade that space by showing up uninvited or bombarding you with messages. The goal is to wear you down and make you question the validity of your own needs. 16. Triangulation. Triangulation is a manipulative strategy where the narcissist involves a third party to create drama or conflict. This can stir jealousy, divide alliances, or reinforce their sense of importance. They might compare you to someone else, saying things like, "Why can't you be more like them?" or "They understand me better." This pits you against the third party, often leaving you vying for the narcissist's approval. Let's say you're in a group of friends. The narcissist might start praising one friend excessively, subtly suggesting that you don't measure up. This creates tension and shifts the dynamic in their favor. 17. Overdramatization of their pain. When hurt, narcissists often exaggerate their suffering to gain sympathy and attention. This is a tactic to reframe themselves as the ultimate victim. They might describe minor inconveniences as major betrayals, ensuring everyone knows how deeply they've been wronged. This dramatization not only garners sympathy but also shifts the focus away from their behavior and onto their perceived suffering. Imagine you've canceled plans due to an emergency. Instead of understanding, they go on about how your cancellation ruined their day and left them feeling abandoned. This is a deliberate attempt to make you feel guilty and responsible for their exaggerated distress. And there you have it, 17 clear signs that you've hurt a narcissist. While intense and often confusing, their reactions are rooted in deep-seated insecurities. Recognizing these signs can help you protect your mental health and set healthy boundaries. Thanks for watching Brain Bitesize. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced any of these behaviors? Let us know in the comments.